What's good, Northeast Wisconsin? It is Chuck Charles for another edition of Local Music Monday. Here with Prince Tre. How you doing, man?
Boy? Pretty good. How you feeling?
I'm doing just dandy. We're in your studio. Like, this is where you spend a lot of your time.
Yeah, most of my time.
Most of your time?
Yeah.
Awesome. We got the setup, you got the speakers, you got the dual screens, and
ISO box.
yeah, right here where you lay down the
You know,
vocals.
Yeah,
That's awesome. So trying to feature local hip-hop artists because the scene is very strong in Northeast Wisconsin.
most definitely.
Let's just get into it. I mean, give us your background. Where are you from? How did you get into it? All that stuff.
All right. Well, basically, I moved here from Chicago when I was like 11 years old. So I would say I'm from Green Bay and I'm from Chicago.
Okay.
I'm from Wisconsin and Illinois because I learned a lot from being here. You know, it's a part of me too. So yeah, I got into it really when I was like, I want to say 7th grade. I've always loved music, but that's when I just started writing because I was going through a lot of problems at home, you know. So that kind of helped me relieve my stress and stuff like that, and it just kind of turned into a disease,
It became very therapeutic for you,
Yeah.
which is what a lot of artists do, and it's a great way to get those feelings out there. It's a very constructive way to get that out there too. What is your favorite part of being in Green Bay now? Like, what do you love about this area that made you stay?
a lot less distractions. You know what I mean? And in other places where I've lived at, it's kind of like sometimes you have no choice but to be in the way of certain things. And being out here, you can escape that and really just, you know, stay out of trouble and grind and do what you got to do. You know, as far as personal life and as far as your career, you can really get your head together and think and see a clear vision and make it happen.
You said 7th grade
Mm-hmm.
you started. And do you have any musical background training yourself, or are you just a lyricist, or?
When I was about 21 years old, I went to college in Orlando, Florida. I went to Full Sail University for record engineering. Yeah, so I went there for a year, did my thing out there. It was a good experience. That's when I came back here and started my recording studio, but I didn't have this building yet. I was just kind of going from house to house, charging $50 a song with my equipment in a big duffel bag and a MacBook.
Hey, that's a great transition right there. Okay, so you're not just a rapper, you also do audio engineering. You want to talk about that a little bit, maybe?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, of course.
Get into talk
it.
about that. Yeah, you know, I got my studio here on 1136 West Mason Street. I charge $75 a song with no track outs, but if you got track outs, which meaning like the track outs to the beat, kick, clap, instruments, melodies, I got it mixed, and it's like $1.25.
And when did you realize, this is an all-encompassing question as well, that, you know, you wanted to rap, but also you saw the business side of things? Like, when did that all come together?
Cause like at first when I was rapping, I had to go to a lot of different studios, and like some studios I went to made me feel like I suck so much I just didn't want to rap. Like, man, is it me? Cause that just don't sound good. It don't sound like how I hear it in my head. Like, maybe I should just quit, man. And I go to other studios and I'm like, man, I'm the best. Like, nobody's messing with me. Like,
Yeah.
You feel me? So I was just like, maybe I should just. Well, actually, and then my uncle passed away at like a young age, at 24 years old. They said it was natural causes. So I just felt like, man, like I could be gone tomorrow. So I want to live. I'd rather die doing something that I love doing. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
Absolutely. And so you're not just out there laying down the tracks or putting your vocals over other tracks. You actually know the nuts and bolts of how it all comes together.
Yeah.
Which is great. You need to marry those two aspects sometimes to make it work. But you have never lost the drive to be on the other side. You know, like the forefront. Like, hey, this is me. This is who I am. You know, type of thing.
Right, because I've invested so much in myself. You know, I really don't have time to put money into an artist that's not going to go as hard as me or be as passionate, or you know what I mean. And then it's just like money out the window. I know I can trust investing in myself and know I'm going to shoot for the stars.
Let's get into influences. Like, who did you look up to? Styles, maybe music backgrounds. Like, how does it all encompass and fit into what you're doing now?
I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, coming up in Chicago, I grew up on a lot of like gangster rap, hard music, soul music. You know what I mean? Like music that you just felt in your heart, you know. And then once I started rapping and realizing what was going on, like a big influence of mine was Tupac. You know, and then it was like Dipset, Cameron and Joel Santana. Even like from their style, it's like, man, like they really selling that. You know what I mean? Like, wow, that's crazy. Like, you know, like you want to be them. And then Jay-Z, it was like a whole nother level mentally. as far as like being a businessman and stuff like that.
Yeah, he changed the game.
Yeah,
He definitely did. So we talked about influences. We've talked about your background on the other side, engineering and all that, where you're from. Let's get into maybe your latest project, maybe the track that we're featuring. What emotion and, came to bring this together?
The track I'm featuring is called "I'm Down." It's featuring a well-known artist from the Milwaukee area, Corey Piper. Really, I'm kind of like rapping on it, but I'm singing on the hook. It's kind of like an R&B feel, but it's a story telling about, being like a knucklehead guy, being in the streets and like doing dumb stuff that involves your woman, and you just realizing like, man, like that was bogus. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have did this. I shouldn't have did that. I'm ready to grow up and be a man and do the right things.
It's not too late in the song, is it? Like she hasn't already decided that it's over, is it?
Oh no, she decided it's over. No, she decided it's over. I'm just trying to get her back.
I hear you, man. This one's hitting home for me right now, so I don't want to get too into it. Is there anything else that you would like to leave with anyone that follows you or anyone that might start following you?
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of inboxes, a lot of people calling me, hitting me up, like, man, when you dropping that 4 winners, bro? It's coming. About 2 months, I'm throwing my release party at the LED Room in Appleton, April 21st, a Saturday, man. I'm releasing 200 exclusive copies, $10 a piece. If you a real fan, come mess with me, man. Come party, come kick it. We turn up,
Awesome, mate. Prince Tre, man. All of his social media tracks, or the latest track, and where you can get his music will be featured down below, man. It's been a pleasure, and thanks for having me in here, man.
Appreciate you, man. Shout out Chase Rush, man. Shout out 95.9 Kiss FM. Appreciate y'all, baby.
Yeah.